A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once.
Welcome all, this is Blaezer RTW. Hope you are all good. I am fine, thank you for asking. Right, this is my second 31k battle that I'm putting up, or it might be my third, I don't know, I can't remember. You can see that my formation has changed somewhat from the first one, at least anyway, which is the one that I remember. I've probably looked up something online, like a couple of battles, and just sort of stuck to a formation that people stick to, or it looks like it's definitely the sort of 14-6. My opponent is Ariete of the COH clan, so I don't know what that is, but there you go. Yeah, so I can already tell you what I was thinking with this one is that although I'm not actually grouping my units yet, as in you grouping them 1 and 2 and then just dragging them into their positions, I'm still sort of selecting the whole lot using the the bracket, the arrow bracket keys to pivot them, and then using alt click to move the whole lot in one go, sort of thing. So it's not a slick operation. That will all come to you'll see all that in a minute. But what my theory is with this is that I've got 2 separate armies effectively. 2 exactly the same armies, so that I can use one to come out the side or the left, and I won't lose anything from it. So I'm starting to get the gist that you want to keep your units together, but we'll see how it goes. So Ariete, I would assume, is a pretty good player. Well, I know he's a pretty good player. I would assume he was a pretty good player at the time as well, because this is middle of August 2017, which is about 2 weeks after my first 31k battle. So let's have a look what he's done. So I think he's got a very similar build, except he's got just a couple of archers in there. So it'll either be his cav has all got 7 upgrades, which it looks like it might be, and a couple of his urbans have probably got a couple extra experience stripes as well. But he's gone for 1 stretched out quite far, and then those 2 there. Right, so let's crack on. If I press that, I'll just double it until we get into the stage. So we'll come behind me just so we can sort of see it from my view. So we're going to do a little bit of a dance. That's obviously the first test. I mean, if you start going off to the side and they don't move or they don't pivot to face you, then you can sort of assume, not assume, but you can probably say that you're a bit more better, moving the stuff around a bit more fluidly, say. So you can sort of play it from that angle. If you see someone who's equally good at movement, then you know that you're not going to get away with sort of little tricks and that, and you're going to have to work another way out. So my troops aren't actually running it. My cav is. All I'm trying to do is just sort of like edge my way around so I'm facing him, but not not give him too much excuse that he's calling all the shots, if you see what I mean. I want to have a bit of a say in the proceedings rather than him just do everything and me just react to him. Because really, you've got if you've got a plan and you stick to it, then that'll be right. But if you've got 5 or 6 plans that off the top of your head that you can stick to, you can implement any of them at any time. And that's quite important in any of these games, is to know what you're doing. If you're reacting to them and throwing units after their units that have already attacked, sort of thing, then you're gonna have to work hard to get that back. So we had a bit of a peeler exchange first. The units have engaged now. I want to move this one either up to attract the peeler just to see if these guys are on auto fire, or if not, to engage. Then I should be able to rush these full 12 units bang right up to the line effectively, because these 2 will be engaged in a second. He's going to chuck in his cav. Normally they would be on wedge formation, so they got a bit more penetration. I don't know if he had the pace to be able to route there, which he hasn't. Sometimes they do. That's the thing with the peelers, when they're in open formation, they can be quite susceptible to routing attacks. So I'm playing this actually like an old school Roman sort of thing, you know, with the 3 lines that I'm going to bring one line up, let them battle, and then once they start getting weak, I'm going to bring my next line up and stuff like that. So I'm probably taking it a bit too literally, because I probably don't move them up quick enough, which leaves space, which leaves them susceptible to routing just that little bit more. And more often than not, it can come down to, you know, just those little 1%, 2% things that can just make the difference between a unit routed and it not routed, and it costing you the game effectively. So he's engaged his line. Really, I want to pull what I should be doing is this line here. I should put him right up and stick his peelers on, and then whatever they hit there is going to be a good target basically, and then pull my other unit and put that behind him, wait until those guys then engage, and then, you know, throw in my peeler again. It looks like I'm going to send a couple of units out to scout those archers a bit, at least just push them back so they're not behind my line, if you see what I mean, so they're not firing directly into the back of me, so it's more the side. He sent a couple of units out to you know, sort that out. You'll notice there's not been a cav battle yet. That's probably, although I don't want to be reactive with regards to the infantry, I'm probably not wanting to initiate the cav charge because I'm still feeling the way in the game just to see how it goes. And you'll notice in CWB you rarely charge through the back of a unit, very rarely, whereas in 31k it's actually quite common to chuck your units through, but normally they would be in wedge formation. And what tends to happen to you in the first few games that you play, from my experience, is that you'll sort of split your cav or go to take it out to the right. They'll leave theirs behind, and then just as you go past that point of no return, they bang all 6 cav into the centre of your line. Like it is now, bang it in, it routes those 2 or 3 units that are in the centre. They pull out by the time you've even got anywhere near, so they can still defend themselves with your cav that's come around the back. But you're missing the middle of your infantry, basically. So yeah, it looks like he caught a couple of my cav over there. My cav's just walking here, so it goes to show that, you know, it still does happen actually, but that's more from, you know, sometimes you press the button and it doesn't do it, and you just forget to put your eye down to the little control box to see if they're running or not. That's more the case than actually forgetting about it, if you see what I mean. It's very rare these days that, you know, you sort of forget about your cav. It's more you sort of select it, double click it, and then you just don't look down to check that it is actually running before moving on and doing your other bits. Yeah, it looks like his cav's going to do mine there. I've got quite a lot of it left though, so it might come back. This guy's up on his own, you know. It could be doing all manner of things really. I'd probably let that cav get sacrificed if this was me now, and I'm taking him around here and start trying to maybe hit this guy up and free up my 2 units here. And then, or maybe an air would have been a nice little shot, free up these 3 units here. But, you know, easy to say that now. So yeah, so he's got the cav advantage now. Basically, if it's Rome is a decent player and they've got a very hefty cav advantage, then it tends to not go your way because the infantry's so evenly matched. As soon as it gets engaged and it's like this, they're going to sit there and it's going to take them 2 or 3 minutes to whittle each other down to seeing who's going to win. But if you've got your cav, that just speeds it up. So yeah, I mean, I think he's going to pretty much wipe the floor with me now. There's not much left on the old battle timer. Yeah, I mean, I finally decided to pull one of my units out and try and get him around the back, but it's a bit late now. You can just see I'm just starting to make edgeways into his infantry. They were just starting to rout off. I was just starting to get the upper hand, but now his cav's come in. He's probably going to kill my general with this lot in a second as soon as that lot routes, which it just has. And then it was GG 2 or 3 minutes ago. As soon as I lost that cav fight, but yeah, we'll let it go through. We don't want to do him out of his deserves, as it were. So this should be it for my general. Wherever he is. See him. He's over here. Yeah, so infantry-wise, I'm not actually... You know what, I'd be tempted to say I've actually got more infantry than him at this stage. But he's just actually got pretty much, I would say, at least 2/3 of his cav, if not in and around that. So it's just a matter of time. In fact, I think I'm going to admit defeat any second now, just to, you know, stop it, just to get it through. So yeah, good game to Matey Boy. Obviously, I tend, because I took a bit of a shine to the 31Ks, there'll probably be a few more of them. What we'll get the losses wise is going to be against CWB skirmish armies and 31K, because those are the ones that I really wanted to look back on and just sort of like see where I lost it and then work on that for the next time, sort of thing. So be interested to see if the stuff I implement and notice actually goes on, but we'll see. So good game to Ariete. Let's see if anyone did anything special on my side. No, none of them got 100. General got pretty close. Cav, one of the Cav did okay. But yeah, I mean, you could see the fact stuff wasn't running was an issue. But anyway, happy days. Right, see you next time.